So this is a screenshot that is making the rounds this morning, and it has me scratching my head on why this is here. But as you can see, apparently this is from Tekken 8. I cannot confirm that. I have not played the game yet, and I've tried to look around and see if anybody else was talking about this yet. I have not seen that much conversation on this. So I did a little bit of digging, and I found some stuff. But first, let's go over the screenshot. This comes from this account right here over on Twitter. And it's a screenshot of a character saying, "That, I fear, is a clear case of cultural appropriation," which is a Western term. And this is a funny case of it because this would be them culturally appropriating a Japanese game. Now, looking at this, it's going to be the case that people are going to be quick to jump at Western localizers, and that might not be the case on this one, and I'm going to show you why in a second. The responses might not be the localizers this time, though the problem persists. I don't want to be reminded of culture war nonsense when playing my vid yet, and I agree with that 100%. That's not what I'm looking for, especially with a game like Tekken. I just want to play a fun fighter. But the poster is linking this screenshot here that says, "You can't blame the localizers this time. If you listen closely, you can hear her say, appropriation culture," which translates to cultural appropriation. I know there's legitimate cases of censorship and alteration, but this is not one of them. And I believe this guy. And let me show you why I believe him. There's a Reddit post from 2 months ago. Why Tekken 8's localization sucks. This is the first thing that I found when I started looking into the screenshot. And keep in mind, I don't even know if this screenshot is from Tekken 8. I asked, I was told that this is from Tekken 8. Take it with a grain of salt because I can't confirm this. I don't have access to the game. But this I thought was very interesting. So this gentleman lives in Japan and apparently applied for a localization position at Bandai. And here's what he had to say. "I live in Japan and was looking for localization jobs earlier this year. There are localization positions at other major Japanese game companies," and he says the ones he applied to, but any as far as I can tell, Bandai Namco simply doesn't have in-house localization staff and outsource it all, and or it's done by Japanese staff members who aren't native to the target language. A big no-no if you actually want a quality natural translation. As anyone in the translation industry will tell you, with outsourced localization, the localizers are likely unfamiliar with the material they are working with. Important things like the characters' personalities and the context of their stories. This is in contrast to in-house localizers that are permanently located or permanently employed and stay on projects long-term, as seen in other companies. As a result, localization is pretty consistently terrible in Tekken. I speak Japanese, so I can say it is very clear that Japanese text lines are being translated very directly into English. Now, this doesn't forgive this line because it sounds like it's in the Japanese version as well, like the Japanese voice is saying appropriation culture. So that would mean that they put this in there firsthand and they literally are translating it. So this does not appear to be a Western localizer problem. This appears to be another example of cucked Bandai, which there are plenty of. I'm pretty sure I've done some videos on some of their ESG style bullshit before, but it sounds like this is a bad localization. Now, translating it directly into Japanese is something I like, but you do need to adjust for English. This is why the AI would be useful. They should have used it for this and just kind of validated things. There's a whole list of examples here on just how bad this localization is. And it sounds like it's the fault of just having people that don't really 100% speak or understand English translate it. Here's a line: when it comes to how many punches I can get off, I'll never lose. It's actually mistranslated in Korean. He says hits, not punches. But looking back at the Japanese, I can see why this mistranslation has happened. In the Japanese subtitle for the line, he says this, which, I don't, that's a Japanese symbol. I can't speak that, but specifically means number of punches in the context of boxing. But it's still very odd for him to claim that he can punch more than Steve. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here. You want to pause and read all of that, you can feel free. I just thought this was interesting. So why would they put this in here? So this game's going to have... Tekken's always kind of... I'm not a huge Tekken fan. I've only played like Tekken Tag Team 2, and I played 6 quite a bit. Didn't play 7. 8 I'm going to play because mostly I liked the way the director handled that Western weirdo that called him racist. But luckily in Tekken, you're not... who cares? The story... If you like that part of the game, that's fine. I'm looking for a good fighter. This is unfortunate. So it doesn't look like this is a localizer from the West problem. This is just Bandai being goofy. And honestly, it looks like kind of bowing down to ESG type shit. This is just ridiculous and doesn't need to be in here. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for the fans. Because I do agree with the original poster here. I just want to play a fighting game. I don't want to be reminded of culture war. I play these games to escape all of that shit. Like most people. I don't want to think about the culture war. I don't want to think about politics. I don't want to think about Twitter. I want to just play a game and escape. That's what I want to do. I think I'm not that different from most people. That I just want to enjoy some entertainment. Part of the reason why people are so wound up and angry is because they're not allowed to escape anymore. You can't escape. You can't get away. It's in everything. Everything has this shit in it. And it sucks. No one's allowed to escape and just let go and become a part of the game or their book or their movies. That's all people want to do. They just want to unwind. Anyway, hopefully this is just an isolated thing, right? I'm hoping. And the game is fine. The reviews are stellar for the game. It's getting 9s and 10s and 8s. It's looking like a great game. The demo was fun, so I'm hoping this is an isolated incident. The game is getting close to release. We will know more in due time. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video, comment. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.